Hi folks, I want to show you today something called force. It's a GPT that I've been working on now for a little while, and it might be something that some of you might be able to help me out with. Now this GPT originally, I don't know, I built it probably about a month and a half, 2 months ago, and the whole objective of force, I'm going to take you to, this is what the editor looks like for a GPT. I'm going to take you to what the purpose of it is. It's a teaching tool to show how GPTs become tired and lose their way in conversations. If you spend a lot of time in a particular thread, you just end up with more hallucinations as you go along. There are some benefits in that the conversation will remember parts, 2, 3, 5, 15 prompts back. But it does forget particular details. So you kind of have to babysit the prompt or the chat as you're going along. Force was just to show how that works. And the whole goal of this particular GPT was that to build something that only knew the upper and lowercase letters FORCE in that order. It also knew characters and spaces. So no matter what you put into, whatever you typed into force, it would always repeat a sequence, FORCE. If there was a space, it would add a space. If it was a 5, it would add a 5. But it would always repeat FORCE. And the whole point of this is just to show that it's really hard to get a GPT to do exactly what you want it to do. Because that's not what they're for. It's not a computer program. It's a conversation chat model. It's a large language model. And it'd be really no different than me saying to my nephew or to my grandma, only repeat back to me these 5 letters. Because it doesn't want to do that. It just doesn't want to do that. So if I go to Lorem, and I grab, let's grab one paragraph right here of Lorem. And we go to force. Let me just save that, continue. And this is the first prompt that I did with, come on, do it. This is the first one that I did, version 1. And it's really simple. It says, take on this role and do these things. And then offer no other help. And then I gave, I think 5 examples. And then version 2, I didn't get what I was looking for, or it changed over time. So I changed it up a little bit and tried to make it a little bit more specific for description of role responsibilities. And I also added some restrictions. And it still wasn't giving me what I wanted. It would continue to mess up a lot faster than I wanted it to. So then I actually asked GPT to help me build a prompt that it would understand. And it worked through a multi-step process. And I'll show you all 3 of them. So here is, come on, view GPT. Here's force with this paragraph of Lorem. Okay, so when I do this, it's close. 5 letters, it puts the space in the wrong one. It knows that there's a period around here somewhere. It capitalizes the A. But then what ends up happening is it gets looped into FOR. It just doesn't do the full sequence. So if I go numbers, there should be nothing other than those numbers repeated back. There you go, right? And if I go and then I put some letters with some spaces, it should only be those numbers plus FORCE. See, that one's not too bad. But now, for some reason, it's throwing in the code interpreter and it's trying to analyze it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop that. And I'm going to show you that, like I said, it's really hard to make this work. So, prompt number 2. Let's open this up. Let's go back to force. Edit GPT. Go to number 2 here. 2. This was version 2 of the prompt. So we'll copy that. Put that prompt in there. Update it. Confirm. Grab my paragraph of lorem. Same one that we had to begin with. Nice little control. View GPT. I could probably just put it into the playground there. And then I go bam. Enter that. We'll see how this one does. See this one here, it's just putting the entire word force. And I think actually there's one of them that just looped, just kind of got stuck. So that one didn't work at all. Let's go back and do the third one. Edit GPT. Third prompt, the long one, the one that one that I got help with from the machine itself. All right, I'm going to put it right here in the sandbox, just because, save us a step or two. And like a bam, let's see what it does. Ooh, this is actually not too bad. But you can see it's looping, it's not finishing it up. So, what I did notice, and there's rumors on this, you know, if you go into Reddit and a few other places, you'll hear that right now GPT-4 is performing differently than it was. You'll learn that you'll hear things like that 6 to 8 months ago it seemed smarter when GPT-4 came up. And I don't know if these things are true, but I've been using force now as a way of trying to get back to a point where this thing actually worked for quite some time. So if you know a little bit about prompting and you think you can make force work again, then I would encourage you to let me know. Because the moral is, for me, the moral of this story is do simple things. Do very simple things. Don't have 12 steps in your prompt. And I will show you one that I just used today quite a bit, because I'm supposed to be telling you a little bit about how I use GPT every day. So this web page citation generator, using Chicago Manual of Style, is actually pretty simple. One, understand the prompt, gather the information, find the URL, gather the information for the citation, make sure that it's clean, and then do the caption. And then it will give Canada Revenue Agency examples. Nice little spelling mistake there. And the thing about this web page citation generator is I will often just get links instead of proper citations. So what I do is I just jam a link into here, and it will search the web for me, pull up, create the web page citation, including the date accessed today. But again, it's not always perfect. Sometimes it'll leave off a period. Sometimes it won't put the date accessed, and these kind of things. So I think you got to be realistic when you're using GPT. And whereas the web page citation generator, I might use that, 5 to 20 times in a day. What you want is a tool that's reliable enough that it saves you, we'll say, half an hour. And a half an hour of saved time a day. If you have 5 tools like that, you're saving 2.5 hours. Brilliant stuff. Anyways, so I used the web page citation generator today. Tried to make force work. That's what I did today. Hope you have a great day. Thanks.